The Marriott Bonvoy Boundless credit card is my first step in my journey to getting the Ritz Carlton credit card later next year. The Ritz Carlton credit card is a luxury hotel credit card with an annual fee of $450 that Chase offers, but they actually don't offer it in the sense that you can apply for that credit card fresh. The only way to get that credit card is by product changing to it from a lower tier Marriott credit card like the Boundless card. The requirements to do so are that 1, you have to have that lower tier Marriott card open for at least a year, and 2, that lower tier credit card has to have a minimum credit limit of $10,000. Well, luckily for me, as y'all saw in a previous video of mine, I was able to complete at least one of these steps in getting approved for the Marriott Boundless credit card, and my credit limit on it was $16,500. Now all that's really left to do is just wait that year out, and I can product change to the Ritz Carlton credit card, and that's exactly what my plan is right now. In this video, I want to share with y'all my data points before and after applying for this credit card so you can, see if you could get approved for the Boundless card yourself. But at the same time, I want to unbox this credit card, and this credit card does have a brand new card design on it as of like a month ago at the time of me filming this. So this may be the first time you've ever seen this card design, and I'm excited to share that with you. If this is a card that you've been thinking about getting or it piqued your interest at all, please be sure to check the links in my description to learn more about this credit card. And if you do decide to apply through that link, it directly supports me in putting out this free content to you. So of course, in advance, I just want to say thank you for doing so. And also, if you need more convincing on this card, since I won't be talking about everything to do with this card in this video, on the end screen of this video, I will link to the video of me applying for this card myself and explaining why I'm doing so, while also explaining exactly how I applied for it to get approved. So hopefully that helps you. Now let's go ahead and dive into my data points at the time of applying for this card, as well as how those data points changed afterwards. For starters, I was at 424 with Chase, and I was at 424 with Chase as of about 5 days before applying for this card. And the way that worked was that on August 31st, my Chase Freedom Unlimited credit card turned 2 years old, meaning that it should effectively drop off my 524 count. I was a bit skeptical about applying for a new card right after that because I assumed that they might deny me if their systems didn't have time to update my 524 status. So what I ended up doing was waiting 5 days to apply for it. 1, because I wanted to make their systems update, but 2, because I was in Vegas at the time that I would have been applying for this card and I wanted to film that application process. But obviously it ended up working for me, and I guess my 524 status did drop below 524 by about 5 days after I was officially supposed to. As for my credit scores, we'll go through my TransUnion, my Equifax, and my Experian scores, as well as my hard inquiries at the time of me applying. First, with TransUnion, my credit score was a 764 at the time of me applying, and I had the most hard inquiries with TransUnion at the time of 4. Also, after applying for this card, I did not have a change to my TransUnion report, so that's good. With Equifax, my credit score at the time was a 770 before applying, and I only had 1 hard inquiry on my account at that time. And once again, after applying for this card, there was no change to my Equifax credit report. Also to note, my TransUnion and Equifax scores and everything were calculated based on Credit Karma's data, so that might be a little bit overinflated on the credit score, but just keep that in mind. As for my Experian score, I checked through the Experian app, and at the time before I applied, I was at a 743 with 2 hard inquiries on my account. And then after applying, of course, Chase had to pull from somewhere, and they have been pulling from Experian for me personally in Texas. So after applying, my score just dropped 4 points to a 739, and then my hard inquiry number went up by 1 from 2 to 3. Since we are on the topic of numbers here, I just want to go ahead and tell y'all about the app that I use to basically track all of my numbers across all of my credit cards in one interface, and that of course is Max Rewards. Max Rewards is an all-in-one credit card management app that allows you to basically track all of your credit card information, even if those credit cards come from a bunch of different lenders, all in one place. So that means no more switching between lenders' apps to see your total card balances, your total point balances, your bill due dates, or anything like that. You can see it all in Max Rewards. Also, a really powerful tool I've been using with Max Rewards with this new credit card that I got approved for is their welcome bonus tracker. Some credit card lenders do have trackers in their apps, but once again, it's really nice to just have that all in one place with Max Rewards. While the free features of Max Rewards are great, they do have a paid tier called Max Rewards Gold that allows you to automatically activate your rotating quarterly categories on your cards like your Chase Freedom Flex, while also automatically activating your credit card offers for you, which if you were to do manually would take a long time. Max Rewards is also currently working on a lot of big changes to their app to make it even better for us as users. So in my opinion, now would be a really good time to get familiar with it. If you do want to try out these free features, please be sure to use the link in my description to download Max Rewards. And then during the sign up process, if you enter the promo code Spencer, you'll get 1 free month of Max Rewards Gold that you can use down the line. Thank you to Max Rewards for sponsoring this video, but now let's get into the unboxing of this credit card. All right, so I got my camera turned around and now we can actually just unbox this package together. And as you can see, if y'all remember from my Watch Me Apply, I did get this card expressed to me. The funny story about this is, like you can see kind of all across here, it did get damaged and like it had rained on it and stuff like that. And I was under the assumption that the card had never come in, but they actually just put it in a different place than our normal mail goes to. So I thought it didn't come in for like 5 days, but it was sitting in our mailbox getting wet the whole time. So the express did work. It came extremely urgently within like 1 day, it seems, and I just didn't pick it up for like 5. But in general, you wouldn't actually get this entire package if you just ordered it normally and didn't get it express. But you know, it is a pretty nice thing to see that Chase would do this for me because I never had them do that in the past. But now let's go ahead and just get into this unboxing here. As you can see, I've blacked out a lot of my information already and I had to open this to also make payments on this card. Well, not payments, but I had a bunch of purchases to make and I used this card to do so. But still, this unboxing experience should be pretty dang close to what it was when I first opened it. I just had to black out my stuff. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and open up this package here and pull out the inner envelope. Just go ahead and set that to the side. And now we have the inner envelope here that came, you know, from Chase. Very discreet packaging here, literally nothing on it, but let's go ahead and open it up. And now here's the fun stuff. This is where the card is going to lie itself, and we're going to get into that here in a second. But as y'all know, I go ahead and just go through all the other information first, since this is the most fun part of it. But there's always something that we can learn from these other documents, and you know, there are people that care about this. So if you don't, just maybe check the timestamps. So the first piece of paper that came in here, aside from the card itself, is going to be the card member agreement. So it just goes back through and lays out all of your different rates, like your APR, which I've told y'all before I don't care about because I'm never going to be missing a payment on this card, and you should not be missing payments on your cards either, or you shouldn't be getting credit cards. But there's a lot of that information on here, as well as the fees, like the annual membership fee of $95, the transaction fees, penalty fees. Once again, the annual fee is probably the only important thing here because we're not going to be missing any payments or having a late payment, but we will be paying this fee and need to know how to get positive value from the card. So that is important, as well as the fact that this actually is a card with no foreign transaction fees, which is pretty cool too. That's one of these documents out of the way. The next one in this is going to be the guide to your benefits. Now this is going to be all about your travel and purchase benefits, being that this is a Visa Platinum or Signature card. And I'm obviously not going to read through all of this, but we can at least look through the table of contents. Talks to you about your auto rental collision damage waiver, baggage delay insurance, extended warranty, lost luggage, purchase protection, roadside dispatch, travel accident insurance, travel and emergency assistance services, trip delay reimbursement, and other just definitions and provisions. You know, funny enough, this is actually going to be one that I need to look at a little bit more, is this roadside dispatch and probably these travel and emergency assistance services, because I am about to go on this road trip literally tomorrow at the time you're recording this, and I need to know what my cards actually give me in case I need to, you know, order, you know, AAA or something like that to make sure I don't get in a sticky situation. But in general, that's what this is all about. You can also find most of this stuff online, so that's probably where I would be looking. Here's, I guess, another card member agreement, but let's see what this one has about it. So this is all of Chase's rules, it seems like, on like, you know, what these different terms actually mean, all these important definitions, and really that seems to be most of what this entire thing is right here. So this could be some fun Sunday reading for you, but for me, I'm probably not gonna take the time to read that today. Now we get to a more fun packet here, basically telling me all about the possibilities with my Boundless credit card, which is usually a more fun packet out of these unboxings. As you can see here, here's a little foreshadowing to that new card design too. So if y'all haven't seen that yet, get excited for the card that we'll be showing here in a minute or two. But this is going to give you a full guide to your benefits. So all of your earning categories, you can unlock your elite benefits here with like your 15 elite night credits, tells you all about that kind of stuff. It tells you about more exciting benefits here that you can pause and read if you want to, but I think we can also, you know, use one of the videos that we've posted in the past to learn more about this. And then it tells you some other helpful information in here, but really just to, I guess, get you more excited about the card itself if you didn't already know what was happening with it. That obviously should not be the case. Hopefully you already know enough about a card that you're applying for, but maybe it does give you a reminder about some things you could use with it if you kind of forgot. Then this is the last boring piece of paper here, and that's going to be basically all about your information disclosure. I guess that's what you would call it, but it basically tells you what Chase does with your personal information, which is important, but also not something that we can even help. It does actually tell you how you can limit their sharing though. So if you did really care about this, then you could go in and talk to them about that. But now it's time for the fun part of the video where we can actually go into me unboxing this credit card and showing it for the first time. One important thing to note on this paper is that it does tell me my credit access line, which is, you know, pretty important, but that is again $16,500, which means that after a year, I should be able to easily product change this card to the Ritz Carlton card, assuming they don't make any changes to that, of course. But that is something I was really excited about because I did not think I'd get a credit limit that high. But without further ado, let's go ahead and reveal this thing here in 3, 2, 1. and there it is. Look at that thing shine. I really actually do like the card design of this card. Like, I think it looks pretty clean, especially compared to the older version. I didn't hate the older version. I think the colors play really well off of each other, but this swoosh going through is going to match all of their new card designs on like the Amex Marriott Brilliant credit card and stuff. So I think it looks really good, and I love that color combo. Let's go ahead and pull this off too. We'll get a closer look in a second. All this other stuff on this paper is just basically, you know, telling you a bit more about your card. Here's really like all the benefits you need down here at the bottom, so you didn't even need to look at those, you know, guide to benefits we did. But of course, we're here to look more into the card itself, so let me pull that up. Yeah, so as you can see, you have the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless logo here in the top right, the Chase logo here in the top left, the chip right here on the left as well, like every card, your name in white on the bottom left to match the text on the top right, and then your Visa signature logo here on the bottom right. Like I said before, this orange and navy blue design is really, really clean in my opinion, and I actually don't hate pulling this card out of my wallet. This is another really cool little feature about this card, is that it does have a orange border around it as well. So you can't see it at this angle, but when you turn it up, it matches the swoosh kind of thing going through here. And I personally think that's a really nice touch and something I really like about the card. If we look at the back now, we can see here that it basically just gives you everything a normal card would have on the back of it. It has your name, your card number, your security code, expiration date, all of that stuff on this card, as well as all of the phone numbers that you should be calling if you have issues with it. And the cool thing about this being a co-branded card with Marriott is that you have the Marriott Bonvoy customer service number, as well as the Chase customer service number up here as well. But the back itself is just all that navy color with white text and stuff. No crazy colors on this. And again, the front is looking like this here with that really nice blue and orange design. And as you can see, when I shift this in the light, there are like some other hidden designs underneath here when it's hit by the right light, which I think looks really nice. So that right there is the Marriott Boundless credit card. If you want to see my exact strategy for getting approved for this credit card, then once again, I want to recommend that you go ahead and watch this video next, where I show my full Watch Me Apply process. And if you do find these videos helpful and want to support me at no additional cost to you, please consider checking the links in my description to apply for this card. And if you do, thank you a ton. As always, Odin and I both want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel, and we'll catch you guys next time.